Hey everybody! Glad to have a bunch of folks online already. I can see that we've got 5 on Twitch and we've got 15 on YouTube, and of course both those numbers will continue to grow. Appreciate that. We are in the aluminum factory right now, and the aluminum factory is just pumping everything out. You can see everything moving really well. What we want to do now is I created a hypertube from the train station below the cliff to get up to here. Now I need to extend this hypertube from here out to where we're building our nuclear power plant. Well, and that's not too far away. In fact, I believe it's right there. We can see it in the distance. So we're not going to go very far. Just going to make it a little bit more convenient to get there. So I'm going to quickly build that. And then we'll start working again on building the why am I stymied for words?
No.
On building our nuclear power plant that we're working on. So, and I want to put an entrance on that one. Yes. And put power to that one. Very good. All right, let's go get our hypertube put together. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and go out here and make a hard right turn and just go right along the building here. So let's see how well we can do that. All right, what kind of transport do I have on my back? Okay, good.
Okay. And hello to everybody in chat. How's everyone doing?
Yeah. I hope everybody is doing good today. It's another exciting day for me anyway. You know how much I love to just be live streaming, so it's a good day when I'm live streaming. My shoulder is continuing to be very painful, although we did go to the doctor yesterday, and dare I announce it?
Yeah.
It's damaged badly enough that it's going to take a total shoulder replacement, which is actually better for the live streaming that we want to do. And I say better simply because there it wants me to, okay, I'm going to go right there. Better in that it will allow me to have mobility right a day after the surgery. Now they're going to do a nerve block to totally numb the entire shoulder and arm, which is incredibly annoying after the surgery. When I had broken my wrist, and you see the scar from them repairing my wrist, took 3 surgeries. When they did the first surgery to put the wrist back together, the block lasted for like 3 days after the surgery. And literally, it was just a dead arm. It was just, I couldn't feel it. I couldn't move it. It was like the arm wasn't even there. It was just incredibly annoying. So, not something I ever want to experience again, but here I am. Looks like I'm going to experience it again. So, we'll see.
And okay, so of course the new shoulder will be titanium, right?
Or some titanium alloy, yes.
Okay. And how many titanium body parts does this make now?
It would be number 5.
Number 5, okay. What are the other 4?
2 knees, 2 hips.
Okay. So we're just hitting all the joints first.
Yeah. No fingers yet.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, why did they just replace your wrist with titanium wrist? Like, why was that an option?
You know, it might have been a whole lot better than what I experienced if they had. It was terrible. I hate to say it, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that's what's happening. It's happening on February 14th, so we have a little bit of time for no sleep, and so I'm light on sleep simply because it hurts so bad I can't sleep through it. So I'll wake up about 3 hours into the night, and you know, I'm up for the rest of the night. So getting very little sleep at night. So I started with a monster today, and I have 2 5-hour energies put into this bad boy here. Good old Walmart water strawberry today. Just keeping me going. Just trying to get to the point. Yep, I'm awake due to pain. Absolutely. Every night I wake up. And the only way to see what I think is happening is it's been torn up so bad that my shoulder then rests down, and it starts pinching on a nerve as I relax. And they say people with rotator cuff injuries are like that. They literally you struggle to get a night's sleep because the pain most of the time manifests itself in the nighttime. So
Ranos asks, what is Doc doing to require so many replacement parts and broken bones? Is he secretly an MMA fighter? Is he just wearing a MacGyver fake face and is really Brock Lesnar in disguise?
Well, thank you for the compliment there, but no, unfortunately, it's just a matter of having, basically having a propensity to have my joints be arthritic, and so with my joints being arthritic, I just end up with joints that don't function after a while. So anyway, so after they I had like 5 surgeries on my left knee. I hyperextended my left knee in high school, and after 5, wow, Robert, that's quite
how about that,
artistic work.
Hey, Cookie's here. Go show the transition from vertical to horizontal. Go show that at the end. Huh?
Well, that is way cool so far. The closer I get, it might not be so cool, but it's staying cool. Wow, Robert,
Look at that, huh?
You've outdone yourself.
This took me the entire stream yesterday. This is what I was working on almost the entire time.
That's why you didn't get anything done.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. This silly little transition here.
That is a work of art. Yes, I must say that is a work of art. Cool.
Well, thank you,
Cookie. Okay. You totally earned playing Phasmophobia. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at factory layout here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And the big things we have to make, of course, there's the uranium side, right? Luckily, the uranium process isn't too difficult, but we can make the encased industrial beam and the electromagnetic control rod. I think the electromagnetic control rod is the most complex process here that we need to make. And so I think this half of the factory, I'm going to set aside for the electromagnetic control rod.
Which half? I'm going to spot you over here. Oh, that?
This half on this side, yeah.
Okay.
For the electromagnetic control rod. And then on your side, we'll do the encased industrial beams and then all the precursors to the uranium cell.
Okay.
I think we need a second floor on this, and then the second floor is where we do all the mixing and actually making of uranium and stuff.
Okay. Very good. So we have... so which piece do we work on? 1, 2, 3... 7 assemblers for electromagnetic control rods. You want to put the control rods on your side, right?
Yes, I think this section right here is the part that's going to be on my side.
Okay, and when he says right here, he's pointing to a Word document that's up on the big monitor just beyond my screen here. And so we're looking at making 7 assemblers that make electromagnetic control rods. And there's several gazintas there. We've got 6 8 foundries to make steel ingots, which also need iron ore and coal. Then we need 8 constructors to make pipe, and then we need 8 assemblers to make stators, and then we need 7
Okay,
assemblers.
maybe this isn't enough room.
Pardon me?
Maybe this isn't enough room.
Maybe this isn't enough room.
Gosh.
Yeah, we might, and we could always extend, over this way, farther. I'd have put the power lines around back this way more, so that we could keep flying.
Okay.
But we can easily extend this this floor further on, and I can cut down some more trees under there.
Yeah. I'm going to modify this a little bit because we have the solid steel ingot recipe.
Oh, okay.
And that just outputs, it increases our production by a little, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't do percentages at the moment, but it improves production a little bit.
Okay, I have, basically I've stopped the hypertube on the rock.
Okay, we can give a good entrance later.
And I think we just leave it on the rock here, and then go ahead and make an entrance wherever we want to. We can extend the hypertube or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and put an entrance on the hypertube right here. It'll be interesting how it spits us out on this rock. Hopefully not too far.
Yeah.
And I laugh. Yeah, of course I laugh. All righty.
So Alexa said,
Okay.
I'm sorry you're in so much pain, Doc.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
hard to even lift a drink, just to give you an idea.
She says, I always make fun of my mom, saying, what's the difference between mom and a Lego set? A Lego set has less pieces, since my mom has had so many surgeries to fix things.
Yeah, that's about it. I get teased constantly, like Robert just did. Now, how many bionic parts do you have now?
Yep.
Well, we'll be up to 5 then. They did take all the hardware out of my wrist
That's unfortunate.
because it was so badly, busted up. They had a lot of different screws that eventually were just restricting motion, and it was too painful. Good evening, Volokram. Good to see you here. So anyway, what I ended up having to do was have that hardware removed. That was the second surgery, and then the third surgery was cleaning up some infection that got in it.
Right.
But so anyway, that's kind of where we're at. All right, so what do we need as far as the amount of coal and iron?
So we're going to need 700 coal and 700 iron.
Okay. So
Up
let
here.
me go scan for a.
And 700's not hard to get.
Okay, my keyboard has decided doesn't want to work. Keyboard's got lights. Why isn't
And
it
Cookie
working?
Chan asked the traditional question: at what point will Doc not be Doc anymore, but be an android instead?
Well, that's a good question.
We'll
when
just
when they
remove-
put the Elon Musk neural implant in,
Oh yeah, there you go.
that's when I'll become more bionic.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I've got a couple 200 and 700 meters away this direction for coal, so I'm going to go see if they're viable.
Okay. Cookie Chan, Doc already has one of those cards. Well, Cookie Chan says, at what point are you not able to fly anymore because the thingy beeps every time you go through? So how do you handle that?
How do you handle that? I just hope that they have those full body scanners, because the full body scanner shows that they're just implants, and I don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, if they don't have the full body implant, I get pat down every time. So.
Interesting. I thought you had a card or a pass or something that.
I wish that was effective. They still
just
want to
isn't.
pat you down even if you give them a card.
No.
So, at least that was my last experience. All right. Okay, I've got an impure node over here that even if I overclock, it only gives us 300. You said you need 700? Was that it? Let me look on the
Yeah, I need
reference.
700.
Okay, let me go. If I can find a normal node to put with this, which that other node might just be a normal node, I hope. At least, hopefully not an impure. Gosh. There it is. That direction.
Cookie says, Doc will literally become the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And Caffeinated
Or
says,
the Man of Titanium, one of the two.
yeah. Doc says, it's the ship of Doxius.
That's. By the way, have you ever read The Ship of Theseus by W.M. Strata? That book is awesome. It takes time to read it, though. It takes dedication to read that one.
So the Ship of Theseus is the book in universe. The actual book title that it actually sells under, I think, is just S, isn't it?
I can't remember.
Gonna have to check on Amazon.
Aha, here's my other mine. Haha, I found it.
Yeah, S. The title of the book is S by J.J. Abrams, but it's written by Doug Dorst, but it's Abrams' brainchild.
Yeah, and I love Abrams as a director, writer. I mean, he just does some awesome stuff. And Robert basically caught me onto this book, this one, because he loved it, and I put it on my Christmas wish list, or I could put it on my wish list, and I got it for a special event, birthday, Father's Day, somewhere along the line. And I've read the first few pages of it because honestly, it takes a commitment of sitting down and reading it, because you're reading about 3 stories at once.
Right. The general concept is that there's a book that was written.
Count of Monte Cristo. Go ahead.
This book, Ship of Theseus, was written by a fictional author, and he died before it was published. He was murdered before it was published. It was discovered in some old school library by a university student who left a bunch of notes in it, but then he returned it and somebody else found it, and they got it, and then it's conversation between the two people taking notes, plus their investigation into the author's death, plus the original story. So yeah, it's like 3 layers deep of all of this together.
Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be able to get you 780 with the combination of the two. I could go underclock the other one. I could turn down the overclocking on the other one a bit also. So anyway, I'm going to just start running a conveyor, and then I need to bring back the power. So I think I'm going to downgrade the conveyors, because I only need... This one's only going to bring 480. Should I still bring it on a fast conveyor just to get it there?
Yeah, it's up to you.
I mean, I'm not having trouble building conveyors, because got plenty of... Oh yeah, I've got 1,089 fix-it trigons and time capsule.
Yeah.
1,089, and they're not rising. Okay. And they're not rising, which kind of concerns me a little.
My only complaint about J.J. Abrams is he's a lot like Stephen King in that what matters to J.J. Abrams is the setup and the scene, not the finale or conclusion. As he does an excellent job of building an awesome world and immersing you in that world.
Are you complaining about Steven Spielberg?
No, Stephen King.
Stephen King.
Yeah, it's that same sort of thing of Stephen King is great at horror, but for him, what matters is the setup, not the conclusion. And so the ending of all of King's novels they're almost throwaways because they're so unimportant to him that he just doesn't do a good job. But, That's Abrams and King's, almost preference. Like, do you remember the TV show Lost? Did you watch that, Doc?
I never did. No.
Okay. It was another one of those. It was a J.J. Abrams TV show. It's at least a decade old now since they ended it, at least.
Yeah.
And it was really big. It was not quite like Game of Thrones big, but pretty close. And everybody loved it for the first season or two. And there are all these mysteries and cool stuff, and it was great. But then the ending was... It's so forgettable that most people just say, don't watch the last season. Because it was better without
Just
the last
don't
season.
watch the last season.
Yeah.
Don't watch the last season to find out that everybody that was lost was dead.
Well, there you go, spoiling everything.
Yeah, I just went and spoiled it all, didn't I? Malevolo, you are that way, so that must... You're working on the platform, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I can use you as a directional marker then.
Okay, then. Count of Monte Cristo. Yeah, that's one I have not gotten into. Garrett, actually, strangely enough, is the one who dives into some books like that. What's the book? There's a couple books along those lines that Garrett's read.
The Count of Monte Cristo. There's so many classic books that I haven't read.
Yeah.
I was too busy reading technical manuals and technical stuff.
Yeah.
Real. That was real. That's how I learned. I mean, thankfully that's how I learned. That's how I got through my PhD, was just a lot of reading. Although the joke in my family is that I read really slow.
Yeah, yeah. But you read for absolute perfect understanding and comprehension. Whereas I do not read from textbooks to learn anything. And I'll pick up a textbook in order to get a hint towards the right direction, and then I just okay, fine. And I go figure out the rest of it myself.
There it is. I have found you. Uh-oh. Somebody say something funny.
Well, first, Cookie CN says, I didn't know Garrett can read. But
oh dear. I'm glad he's not online to hear that.
But then Caffeinated says, and this is what I actually laughed at, said, weird, I'm just using you as a directional waypoint. Is exactly how my ex-girlfriend broke up with me.
Okay. I don't know what to think about that one. I really do not know what to say or think about that one.
Alexa says, well, at least you have a PhD. Most people don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hardest part was, writing a 300-page thesis paper,
Yep.
They called it a dissertation. Okay, where did I get off track?
And Volker says, who needs literature when you get brain tingles from the progress of scientific manuals?
What? When you can get brain tingles from progress of scientific manuals. Okay, to some audiences, I just don't admit that I've got a PhD. Maybe that's this audience.
Maybe that's this one. Well, unfortunately, the cat's out of the bag, You call yourself Doc.
Yeah, exactly.
Zoomerwin asks, what was the PhD on?
The PhD was in management and information systems technology. And the actual dissertation was literally about why large corporations have a hard time implementing agile methodologies.
In software development.
In software development, yeah. And, it still exists today. That dissertation is totally valid today, and it's 11 years old.
Don't tell me it's 11 years old.
Why?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Wow, okay. I helped edit that thing.
Yep, you did. You helped trash it more times than I'd ever do. Yeah.
Only following after my mom.
Yeah, and, I should have just believed you the first time, but anyway, the way things went, literally, literally, Mama Doc and Robert told me to do one thing, and I just couldn't quite comprehend what they were really asking me to do. It was just, basically it meant almost a whole rewrite of the order that the thesis was presented in. So I take my dissertation and I meet with my dissertation chair, which is one of the only times that I did. In fact, the only time I met with him face to face was on this occurrence. And he told me the same thing, and I just about died. Which basically meant toss it all up in the air and totally rewrite it based on the data and the facts and so forth.
Yeah, it's definitely a case of you don't have to be a chef to know something tastes good. I definitely couldn't have written the dissertation, but I could read it and understand it enough to say, this needs to change,
And it was just basically the presentation, the order that was presented in, really is the big thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so where is my other mine?
Volocrum says, there's 3 brain cells here, and Robert and the rest of us have to share the 3rd one. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Alexa says, one of the surgeons who operated on me a few times became a professor 2 years ago, and I was so happy for him. At least he got something for his 25 years of life work. That's neat.
Okay, well, interesting.
And Jordan popped in, says, Doc has the best Satisfactory shorts in the game.
Thanks. That is cool. Well, like I said, that's how I learned, so figured other people could benefit by it. We wrote another one this morning, recorded it.
Looks like we're struggling with our connection at the moment.
Yeah, we wrote another short this morning, so got it recorded, and hopefully we'll be releasing that next week, I think it is, Robert?
No, that one's going on Thursday.
As in tomorrow?
2 days.
That's right, today is only Tuesday.
Yep, we recorded it this morning, and I went and shot all the footage we need for it, and tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon after the stream, I'm going to get edited.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then we're getting very close to our 50th short. And once we got number 50 done, we'll do another compilation of shorts. Another 25 shorts video, which that was very successful too, because people like seeing them all back to back.
Yeah. Volocrum, what do you mean when you say, what is the way to order it? I'm not sure what you mean by that. And hello to Baby Bear.
Hello, hello. Okay. put my saw back. Actually,
And for anybody who's currently watching on YouTube,
I need to pet my creature here.
pet him, yeah. If you enjoy watching on Twitch better than YouTube, we also are streaming on Twitch now. We've been streaming on there for about a week or so, and we're trying to get our numbers up so we can hit affiliates soon. So if you'd like to watch over on Twitch, or just pop over there, get a follow. Twitch is also a lot better about notifications, I've found. So if you pop over there, we would greatly appreciate it.
And currently there is 12 people watching us over there. We have 101 followers that have found us so far.
Awesome.
I'm sure some of those are crossovers from this YouTube channel, but we really appreciate that in any case. Now, once we get to be affiliate, then we can... Oh, you're going to go down to the same place, aren't you? Okay.
Oh, so Caffeinated asks, what is the right way to order the thesis?
Oh. You asked me, and I post a PDF in the Discord. How about
What?
them apples?
Oh, you're just gonna
I'll
share
only
the
charge
dissertation?
$100 for it, you know? No. But, yeah, if you're interested in it, I can dig up my PDF copy of it and post it.
If I remember correctly, it was something along the lines of Doc originally had the thesis built in the order of the research being done, and they wanted it in the order of the... I can't remember what the alternate order was, but it wasn't in the order that the research was being done in. It was in a... Yeah.
It was in a...
I
Can't even
don't
finish
have
the
enough
sentence,
words.
huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm bringing the other coal on over.
Volcrum says, $100 for a PhD? That sounds like a deal if I ever had one.
The PhD thesis, folks. Or a dissertation.
Cookie Chan says, hey, can you maybe send me some of that 5-hour energy?
Well, sending it virtually won't work too well, I don't think.
No, I don't know.
Would love to. Keep you awake.
And CurlyD.com says, yo, what's a shakin', Doc?
What's shaking? That's funny. Oh, gosh. Well, we're just, today we're working more on the, we're working more on the nuclear power plant, the very beginning part of the nuclear power plant.
Oh, probably a good time for me to mention this. We need to smelt the iron before it gets here.
You need to smelt the iron.
Yep.
Okay, in other words, smelt the iron ingots and send the ingots rather than sending...
Yeah.
I'm sending raw coal and... Do we need iron ink? Okay, I'm just working on the coal at this point.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right.
Skibidi Biden comes back with another question about current events. What's your thoughts on the drones up and down the East Coast?
I think we ought to shoot first and ask questions later.
There you go.
If they are not identifying themselves, if they haven't filed an FAA travel order like everybody else is supposed to, and the military or organization doesn't step up and say, yes, they are ours, leave them alone, U.S. military, then, frankly, 2 days after they're spotted, maybe even less, they just ought to be shot out of the sky.
I have a 249-gram paperweight drone that if I add a sticker to it, it'll be 250 grams and has to be registered with the U.S. government. Right? I have tracking on it so it knows when it flies, where it flies, yada, yada, yada. If they are that concerned about me flying a little tiny drone out in the middle of nowhere, they should be a whole lot more concerned about these massive ones flying all over the place. But
Amen.
you know, supposedly there was an explanation for it. There was some government contractor who was testing it and whatnot. But
Supposedly.
come on. There should have been a notice from the FAA as soon as the news broke. You know, we have registered flight paths for these drones. We know what they are. Don't worry about it, right? Sorry, Captain.
Yeah.
And CurlyD.com asks, says, nuclear power, excellent. How many megawatts will this churn out?
Oh, okay. 100 message today with Restream chat. Ooh, okay. You guys have been active. We were only in our first hour, is it?
Not even.
Not even. We had 100 messages in chat. What was the question again about how big is this going to?
How many megawatts?
Well, how many megawatts does one nuclear do? And we're planning
2.5 gigs.
2.5 times 25.
Yep.
2.5 times 25. 62.5 gigawatts.
Mm-hmm. And we have, I think, 6 alien power augmenters on top of that. So plus 60% on top of that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So in other words, yeah, 60 times point, actually,
Times
1.6. So yeah, we'll add 100 gigawatts.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's right.
We'll add 100 gigawatts to our current 60. That's cool. Well, we ought to be able to do a few things for a while with that. Don't you think, Robert?
Yeah, that'll last a little while.
I'm thinking, Robert, that this edge that I am on, opposite where you're building, will be the edge of where, we're just going to call it the edge of our building. Is that acceptable to you? Or do you think we're going to need more territory out this way?
Maybe. What direction are you? You're west?
And I'm over here, if you can see me flying above.
Oh, you're over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
continue that, the other direction, but
Yeah.
not this direction.
Could you bring the coal and iron underneath and plug it in the wall ports I have over here?
Into the wall ports.
Yeah. I have some wall ports over here for it.
I think I can.
So Volochrome asks, it says, Rob, do you think that people that makes conspiracy theories about drones believe that? They will just think that the Koreans finally figured out 5G mind control devices. Yeah.
Does it matter which one of these I use for the coal and which one I use for the
Nope.
for the iron ore?
Nope. Ingots,
Okay.
but yeah.
Iron ingots. Sorry.
Okay, so Volochrome, I'm of a mixed opinion on this. First, the term conspiracy theory was made up by the CIA during the MK Ultra days. So, second,
Too many people with their conspiracy theories, or so they said, right?
Second, most conspiracy theories have no, I can't say that. That's absolutely not true. No, to be honest, what my thought is, we're not just talking about the drones on the East Coast, right? Because that wasn't the start of them, and that won't be the last one. We had, I think it was a couple of years ago, we had what we confirmed later to be Chinese drones who scanned the entire...
Who ran across the entire U.S. aloft by balloons?
Yeah, so there were the balloon ones, right? Which that was insane that didn't get shot down.
That was, no kidding.
But also we have times when they've come and they scanned all of the island of Hawaii for some reason. And we kind of let it just happen, right? So these drones...
stupid president just let it happen.
These drones aren't the first time or the last time, and they've happened under multiple administrations. I think the real fear that I have is that we've lost the edge on technology. We've shipped so much over that China is beating us in a lot of that tech. I mean, come on, DJI. They've completely controlled the market on drones for a long time. And now, the best thing we can do is, let's just ban DJI drones. That's going to fix things. So, anyway. I think we do have a drone problem, and I think what's happening is the government just doesn't want to admit it. So, anyway. And WXR says, we mostly let it happen because we do the same thing with satellites. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so because we do it, we let them do it? No. We do it because it's a national security issue. We don't need to let them just do it because they need our information. Come on. That's stupid. That's not national intelligence. That's national stupidity.
And Volocrum says they didn't shoot it down because the bullets and rockets were more expensive than 10 of the balloons. Yeah, I think that's the wrong...
I think that's the wrong criteria, folks.
Yeah, I think that the cost is, what's the cost of the intelligence that they learn? Or the unknown of the intelligence that they're gathering, right? As well as the cost of allowing a foreign country to come into... to come in with, without any check, without any permission. I don't know. That's weird.
I mean, come on.
No country should allow that.
If we did that to Russia, we would get shot down out of their airspace in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, we do it to Russia, and they do try
with satellites. Well,
Yeah.
and yes, we tried one time with the SR-71, and that was a big brouhaha in the 70s. But
yeah, and Gontogram says, yeah, it's about a display of force. Keep off our lawn. Use overwhelming force to tell them to go away. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I gotta get on to the next thing. I'm just flying around.
you're just flapping the gums, huh?
Flapping the gums. We gotta make some steel pipes. Okay.
All right. All I need is power to these coal plants. All I need is power to the coal mines, and you've got coal. And next, I'll go look for some iron, and I'll make ingots out of it and send the ingots as instructed.
So we're making some steel pipes and some steel ingots. Looks like we're kind of doing encased industrial beams and electromagnetic control rods in the same area because the encased industrial beams need a lot of steel as well. So.
All right, so I've got you the coal that you need. Can you scroll up to where I need the... Okay, I got you the coal, and I'm not going to work on copper. I'm working on the iron. So I need 348.75, 348.75.
So 700 in iron.
Okay, so 700?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just call that 700. I get it.
Yeah, Megalith, you do hear lots of fan noise. In our latest changeover, we lost the ability to filter some of our sounds. We're working on that, and we should be able to get that back soon.
In fact, I think we've got the tech coming in the mail today, coming by Amazon today, to reset that up. So we'll get better. We'll get better.
Volcrum says, Doc, don't leak any of Boeing's special military friendship trips.
Okay. What? What is that? Don't leak any of Boeing's special military friendship trips. Okay. I promise not to, because I was never in the know of any of those anyway. Yeah. I was a very underutilized employee, to tell you the truth. I just kind of hid in the background. Collected my paycheck. Because I didn't want to go through any of the nonsense that managers have to go through. So, while I managed a lot of IT teams, I wasn't an HR type manager, if you know the difference. Basically a project manager versus an HR type manager where you had to manage the people and give them their evaluations at the end of the year. I just couldn't stomach that.
You're too nice of a guy.
Way too nice of a guy. I mean, I can coach people and say, you got to improve in this area and that area. That's just standard operating procedure. You need to do that with folks so they can improve their career. But it got to the point where the Boeing managers, if they gave them a good evaluation, they weren't evaluating them well enough. I go, really, folks?
And Curly D asks, what's the most amount of power you've made in a game save?
In a game save? Well, I'd have to say this one's probably the most that we've made in this particular save. Because we've gone, I don't think we made up to 60,
Oh, we're well
60
above that
gigawatts. I mean, we're at 100 gigawatts now, aren't we?
now. Oh, yep, we are at 117. But there's a 50 megawatt power boost, or 50 gigawatt power boost there.
Of course.
So
That is part of the power infrastructure. We can't just say, oh, but there's just a power boost. No, come on. Give credit.
I'm gonna do something odd here.
You're going to do something odd, huh?
Yeah, so it looks like the steel ingots we have to turn into both pipes and beams. And so I'm just going to have a row of constructors that do both.
Okay.
And then we'll just and put them all on the same belt because our quantities are going to be so low. And then filter them out later when we need them.
And just to put a smart splitter on them?
Yeah.
Okie. I like that idea. I like using the technology that we have available to us, you know?
Yeah. We will need to put an overflow sink on it, however.
Because you'll have a little bit too much.
Because if anything gets out of whack, I don't want the whole thing to shut down.
Absolutely, especially when you're dealing with nuclear power.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing just might explode.
It just might.
And I get to destroy it and rebuild the whole thing. Because I decided to turn everything around. Gosh darn it. So there is a debate in chat about whether you should keep the fan noise or not. Some people like the fan noise.
It's good ambient noise to some people.
Yeah, I think so. To be honest, I'm mostly okay with it too. It's just when it comes down to, you know, the breathing and coughing and stuff like that, that becomes a little less pleasant sometimes, you know. So Volocrum says, I finished the uranium water setup, and I noticed that I'll need so much more if I want to burn all the plutonium. So how big is the setup that you're making, Volocrum? Curly D, come on. That's already cool. Curly D says, that's cool. I plan to make over 1 million megawatts with just turbo fuel. That's the plan. Then I'm going to go real crazy with nuclear.
Are you sure you're going to be able to have enough world to build that on?
Yeah, 1 million megawatts, man. So we were doing 10,000 on our platforms, right? You have to do 100 of those platforms. Okay. Definitely going to have to not use our compacted coal method for the whole thing. I think. Curly D says, I don't know, but I'll try, bro.
Okay.
Cool. Let us know how it turns out.
Yeah, no kidding. Let us know how that...
And for anybody who does crazy builds or just fun builds, you guys should join our server because we have a showcase channel, which is a whole lot of fun seeing what everybody else has built and posted on there. And every few weeks, Doc is going to be taking those and showing them on stream, react to them live and commenting on what he likes and strongly dislikes about the spaghetti builds.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
There we
it's it's amazing. Some of the builds are just flat out amazing, and we felt compelled at the end of the year to really call out people that we felt were incredibly amazing in their builds. So at the end of the year, we did an awards thing for various categories. And when does that episode come out, Robert? Next week?
That episode came out yesterday.
Oh yeah. So our episode on the Showcase Awards came out yesterday. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So if you go look that up, you can see who you can see a bunch of the builds, and then you can see the people who are going to be immortalized on the side of our Gigafactory. So. Sure, I'm not sure my little lake has enough space for 70 more pumps. Oh my heavens. Yeah, it sure may not. Okay, I gotta figure out where my...
Curly D says, it's going to be a while. I'm up to 160K now, and I got like over 100 fuel generators on rocket, and then there are 100-ish on regular fuel. They'll have to switch over and then make a few more.
Okay.
The process of turning all that compacted coal into turbo fuel to rocket fuel. Awesome.
All right, there she is. Okay. Okay, now, where should I get the power from? Yeah, I'm going to go do that. Clear up all that brush. Okay, there's the power plant. Let's see if I can hit it from here. There we go. I really don't think I need another huge tower.
Okay, Volcom. Yeah.
Okay, what did he
Sounds good. He sent me a updated file for a world tour.
Oh,
and if we want to
yes.
give that a shot later, he can give us an even newer one.
Okay.
So I think we
cool.
have time for that today, don't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to see it.
I'm seeing coal. Yeah, give us a new one.
Okay. So you should, I
have coal already.
Yeah, you should have coal already, yes.
Cool.
From the first power plant. The second power plant just came online.
And that one also has coal?
Right. And yeah, exactly. The second miner for coal just came online. So that's the 300. 480 is coming from the other one.
Oh, okay.
And so there's your 700 with a little overflow.
Perfect.
And it's coming quick because it's on Mark 6 conveyors. And so, yeah, I can see it in the distance all coming on up the lifts.
Perfect.
Okay, next I need to work on getting your iron. So I'm going to scan for the iron and see how far I'm going to have to go to get that. So I don't want that. I want iron ore. Oh, come on. It's got to be closer than this.
Oh, no.
799, 1,000, 1,000.
Oh, no.
But there's multiple ones over here.
Yeah, you're going halfway across the map.
Yeah, I am going to... Yeah, this bunch right here, or... Yeah, a bunch right there. I'm going to rescan.
Joe Ches says, hi, everyone. I just recently got Satisfactory and been unable to put it down. Great game so far. Trying to sneak glances on the stream while at work.
Okay. Way cool. We have a lot of people that sneak glances on this glances while they're at work.
Yeah.
So don't be. Just don't get fired. I mean,
Oh, please. Please.
I'd hate to see that on my resume. YouTuber gets customer fired for being too interesting. Okay.
Caffeinated says, I work from home. Does that count?
It counts as work, yes. Well, look at that distance.
That's what got Doc back into watching NASCAR all the time, was working from home.
Actually, yeah. Look at all those uranium nodes up over here.
Yeah. You have the filters if you want to go for it now.
Well, I mean, I can't mine it.
No, not really.
I mean, how do you deal with uranium nodes?
So stuff like that, you either flush it down the toilet, back in the hub, or you just go in there, clean up the stuff, and leave it. I don't know. I guess you can mine it and then drop it into the inventory of whatever machine to process it, but
Yeah.
we don't have that yet.
Well, hi there.
Curly D asked, what's your favorite part about the game?
The aspect of building, the aspect of supplier management, the constant flow of the work that needs to be done to keep things running right. Okay, repairs needed. It needs 10 turbo motors. I'm getting off the rock and checking my bags and stuff, getting the turbo motors.
So, Mr. Beard, we play on passive mode, so the creatures don't attack Doc.
Yeah. I can attack them, but they don't attack me. Haha, isn't that fair?
Yeah, totally.
So what happens if I kill a radioactive beast? Is their remains radioactive?
I don't know. Volocrum says, you put the uranium in a box, then run. Wait, can you... What happens if you put in the depot, Kef? So Gontelgrim says the remains are radioactive until it despawns. JJ, that's going to be a little while.
Okay, anyway.
JJ asks, when are we going to see Doc fight the Ender Dragon in Minecraft?
Ooh. You told me I wouldn't see that beast for a long time.
Yeah. I think the world record from starting a brand new world to beating the Ender Dragon is something like 8 minutes. But don't worry, it'll take you about a year.
8 minutes to a year. That's quite a delta.
Interesting. It doesn't come out of the depot, says Caffeinated.
It doesn't come out of the depot?
Yeah.
It goes in and just radiates everything in the depot?
According to Caffeinated, there's just no problem with radiation in the depot. Period.
Okay.
So if you mine the uranium, throw it in the depot. And that'll work until the depot fills up.
152 and 194. If I go this way. But good heavens. How am I going to get it up? How am I going to get it up to where you need it?
Lots of lifts. We need 800 copper
Boy, a
per minute.
lot of them.
So I'm going to go running for some copper. Luckily, it's closer.
Okay, and this one is an impure node. How much total? Okay, I've got to go look and see how much iron I need. 700, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, just 700. Okay. All right, I'm going to check and see. I don't want to raid an impure node, especially when they're so far apart.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to combine them from nethermost parts of the vineyard here.
Caffeinated says, "Don't worry. It took us all about a year to kill the dragon. Just like, 15 years ago."
Another impure node, doggone it.
Okay, so JJ confirms it's 7 minutes 1 second on a randomly generated world in Minecraft. However, with a set known seed, so they always respawn at the same world, they've got it down to a minute and a half.
Okay, so with a seed that they start their world with, they repeatedly go after that same seed to create the world. Thus, the world is identical, right?
Right.
And so they know where it is. They go right after it. They kill it.
Yeah. It's like in order to get to the end, you have to first go to the Nether. In order to get to the Nether, you have to be able to build a portal. In order to build a portal, well, the fastest way to build a portal is to be spawned right next to a village. And so if you spawn right next to a village that has enough hay to give you all the food you need, and you can then go to the blacksmith, which is a rare spawn in the village, you can get yeah, you get all the things right. You get the right seed.
Okay.
You can get it to that point where you can do it super fast.
Okay.
So. Oh, Jordan noted that the purity is noted on your map. So when you scan, you can open up your map and look at the node.
Oh.
And check the purity there. That's a good tip, Jordan.
Yeah, that is a good tip. I just have to remember to do it.
Yeah. Curly D, commenting on the favorite part of the game, says, "I love the exploration, conquering of the land, and being able to build just about anything you want aside from functional factory stuff. And the world is beautiful."
Yeah. Yeah.
I completely agree. I used to play World of Warcraft a lot, back in the day. And I've tried other MMOs and stuff, and one thing that I loved is when you had a beautiful zone. I love going to the areas that just looked great. And that's why I spent a lot of my time doing whatever, because that's what I like doing. Any video game, one of the biggest reasons why I bounce off of Dark Souls, but I'm trying Elden Ring, is Dark Souls is just so depressing. There is nothing that is not depressing in that game. I know, if it's the aesthetic, yada yada, but... Volocrum says, "A while back, Minecrafters made a supercomputer in order to compute the best seed, to compute Minecraft seeds as fast as possible, to find the best seeds for that." And that's cool. Yeah, the way a seed generates a world is well enough known that you can go to a website, put in a seed, and it'll tell you where everything is in the world, where to find the nearest village and stuff like that. And so I'm sure it was something along those lines.
I'm going to have to put down an equipment bench.
They did it to find giant cactuses as well. What?
To find giant cactuses? Good grief.
They found a 32 block tall cactus.
Oh, man.
Okay. Michael Augustine says, "I just heard about your surgery, doc. I'm just getting caught up on the stream. Is the surgery sponsored by Fixit?"
It is not, although it is a workplace injury, I'm sure.
There you go.
It's operating this mouse constantly that's done it. I don't think they offer workers' comp, unfortunately.
By the way, Doc, I'm putting a whole bunch of portable miners in the depot.
Oh, thank you, because I was just going to make a bunch of portable miners.
Here, I've
264 of them. Wow.
Well,
I can make 264 of them.
Well, there you go. They are uploading right now.
Okay. How many are you uploading?
100.
Wow. How did you have 100?
I've been sitting here making them.
Oh,
I'm doing exactly what you're doing
announcements,
right now.
announcements. I mean, you could have, let me know.
Well, I don't know. You were to do it. I just got to the point and I needed to bake one and didn't have any, so.
Okay. I'm closing down my equipment workshop. Good. Here's an interesting one. We've got, I would call that bedrock, and we got plants growing out of the top of this bedrock.
Huh. So, Doc, can you bring up... I can't show my screen right now. Go ahead and bring up Discord, and in the Just Chatting channel, they posted a picture of the tallest naturally occurring cactus in the world.
I'm out of ammo. Okay, go to Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got Discord, and go ahead and tell me which folder you put it in.
Just Chatting?
Just chatting. Just chatting. Okay.
So pull that over so people on stream can see it.
Are we talking what I have on the screen here? That?
Yeah. So that is a natural cactus that spawned in the world.
Oh, naturally occurring not in a real world, but in the Minecraft world.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
there you go. That's naturally... I don't know how they
so
can naturally spawn that
2,
tall.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
Okay.
20 blocks high. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And what was the... Can you see the... what did you call it?
The seed?
Seed they used?
I don't know. They probably have it posted publicly, so you could probably go explore it. This isn't an old version of Minecraft, though, and so newer versions would generate it differently. Unfortunately.
Well,
cool.
So. Cool. Thanks for sharing. All right, let's pull this back off.
Okay. And I'm going back to get some more turbo motors put in the depot as well, because we ran out of those.
Okay.
Of
And
course.
I can go ahead and get some miners. And I can bring over a stack of miners. There we go. And I can start building my mines.
If
After
you
all,
have
how
turbo
many-
motors.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see if I do. Not power production. Miner Mark III. Yes, I've got enough turbo motors.
Oh, you jerk. Did you take them all for yourself?
I had to have them for an earlier build of a miner.
Oh, okay. So they just stayed in your inventory after that.
So yeah, they just stayed in my inventory.
Okay.
Okay, you're putting miners on what?
I need some copper.
Oh, so you're doing the copper mines at this
Yeah.
point?
Well, I was just... Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, JJ, you can put that in the Discord. We don't have to show off anymore on stream. We've seen it. So. And Brian Corton says, "Hey yo."
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Who? Brian Corton. Hi. Good. Not a name I recognize. Maybe you're a newbie. I don't know. I love the picture. Reglis LeBom. That was a clown picture. Okay, so we got iron ore and we need 700. We're only going to get 120 out of this. Let's see how much we get when we start overclocking.
Okay.
All the way we get 300. Need 700. Okay. Okay, we get 240 from that one. And
Brian says, "I'm new. I came over because of YouTube Shorts."
All right. Come join the party. Because that's, I mean, the thing I love to do most is to live stream and just enjoy time with everybody. Okay, Robert, I've got 3 of them overclocked to 200%. That gives me 240 times 3, which gives you 720. And you say we need just under 700. So
sounds good to me.
I will package these up onto a fast conveyor and start whipping them all over your direction, which means I've got to climb a lot of cliffs. Okay.
Yeah, you have a ways to climb.
And I'm trying to look for you. You're not at.
I am not currently at. You are correct. I'm not at. Sorry.
Robert is my son, yes, at curlyd.com. Robert is my son, yes. The other son that's not on here because he's working on some homework is sometimes he's called second son in the Discord. He is also my son, although he's 8. How many years younger than you, Robert?
8 years younger.
8 years younger than you. So a mini doc. Not quite.
No.
He'd have to work for a while before he becomes a mini doc.
No. That's not in the cards, at least for now.
No, each of us has our own particular strengths. I mean, Robert got his bachelor's degree quite a long time ago, and that's good. Yeah. And Garrett is working on his bachelor's degree. But I think for both of them, that'll probably be all they do, is just, settle on the bachelor's degree. That's good enough.
Yeah. The environment has changed a lot, unfortunately, and the demands for different positions have changed a lot. And having a doctorate really helped Doc, working at Boeing and getting a university professorship. And
yep. And I think in the summertime I'm going to be applying to a couple universities local where we just moved, just to keep that going, keep that income going in my retirement years. Because I've worked for the university now for nearly my 15th year. So, 25 years at Boeing, 15 years at Lindenwood University in the St. Louis area. Okay, now I can kind of see what I'm up against here.
Blaze DK says, this stream is so chill. Glad I finally managed to catch one.
Yeah. Well, one thing is that we're all always chill. I'm not gonna. I'll fight beasts in Minecraft, and Minecraft is coming, by the way. February 1st is our release of Minecraft shorts, Minecraft long videos, and I'll be actually setting up some Minecraft live streams too. So what we'll do is we'll split time a little bit. Actually, I'm adding time to do Minecraft alongside Satisfactory, and then I'll also be bringing my grandkids in to play with us, and that will be way fun as well. So I'm looking forward to playing with them, and I'm liking Minecraft more and more as I learn more about it. I was put off by the nature of the blockiness of it for a long time, because I lived through the era where things were not, were just, not all that great looking, like CGA monitors and EGA monitors. You probably never heard those terms before. You started with VGA maybe. But before VGA there was EGA, and before EGA was CGA, color graphics adapter versus enhanced graphics adapter.
You still have brain space to remember those acronyms.
Yeah.
This is why you're acronym challenged today.
Exactly, because my brain is all full of the old acronyms. Yeah, absolutely.
Doc, maybe we need to clear your CMOS chip.
Yeah, that'd probably be the case. That would be.
We have a computer here in the studio that unfortunately died over this last weekend when we were trying to get stuff set up, and that was one of the things we were trying, and Doc's like, it's not going to work. It's not going to help. I'm like, come on, we got to at least try it. Anyway.
And it didn't work. All right, I think I want to get up there and drop a...
Hello, Zyrio. Nice to have you here.
Yeah. You said Zyrio. Yeah, Zyrio? Zyrio?
Yeah, something like that.
And...
So Curly D says, Atari 2600 was my first console, and Space Invaders was my first video game back in 1978.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, one of those.
Heal up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little bit too young for the Ataris, but we had the original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. I watched a lot of Mario as my mom would play it.
And catch that? Mom would play it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So... Okay.
But then JJ says his first PC was a GTX 960 that he ran up through 2021, then upgraded to his current one with a 3070. Yeah. I don't think we have any 900 series cards left in here, do we?
Any 900 series? Yeah, we got it.
We do?
We got one over there.
Got one? Okay.
I think there's one, and then the rest are 1000 series and above.
We got a bunch of the 1000 series cards because that was kind of in the heyday of the crypto graphics card era, and Doc was teaching blockchain and crypto classes at the time at Lindenwood. And so as a demo, he has, actually we still have a whole bucket full of ASIC miners, as well as graphic card miners, and in the winter, that's how you heat the house.
We could. We do have to flash the, what is it?
Yeah.
We have to flash the chip.
Yep, update them, but...
Yeah, because they had updated the Litecoin is what they were miners for.
Yeah.
Updated the Litecoin with protocols, and we had our miners offline when that happened. So
yeah. Well, with most of the serious coins going off of proof of work, you know, Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Other than Bitcoin, all of the serious coins are going off of proof of work, leaving them behind. So,
yeah, and really, Bitcoin needs to update. I mean, come on. If
No.
Bitcoin wants to actually be a currency, it's got to have bigger throughput. And frankly, Bitcoin just doesn't have the throughput that it's going to take. I mean, just to give you an idea, that Visa and MasterCard and all those guys, they process millions of transactions a second. And Bitcoin can't do that. It just cannot do that. So, okay.
yeah, and unfortunately, Bitcoin's going to continue producing more coins for what is it, another 100 years? So.
What do you mean, producing more coins? No, 2040 it'll be done.
2040?
Yeah, 2040 is
Oh.
the end point.
I thought it was 2140 for some reason. Okay.
No.
Okay, well, yeah. That's a bit a long time even then, but anyway. Brian says, our Game Boy and Game Gear were both co-opted by our mother for Tetris and Columns, respectively.
Isn't that interesting, huh? That is funny.
I got my original Game Boy. I bought it off of a friend when he upgraded to the Game Boy Color. But I didn't think my parents would approve of me having my very own Game Boy, so I actually bought it and hid it in my dresser drawer for like months and months. And then one day, I think Dad discovered it, and he's like, "Oh, you have one of these? Yeah? Oh, okay, that's cool." It's just okay.
Okay, where are my mines now? There they are. So we want to be over here.
Wonderful. Once again, I'm just flying around doing nothing. That's right. I was trying to get the turbo motors. Yeah, well, we got 7. Okay, it's making some. We have a lot of people talking about their own builds, and there's quite a mixture of a lot of people still on the 1000 series cards. And you know what? The 1000 series cards were legit. They were really good.
Yeah, they were really good. And there's really no reason to throw them away except for the fact that they're good for, totally great for office work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, what I struggle with them, especially on the 1000 series cards, I don't think it's really been as much of an issue on the more recent ones, is the 1000 series cards really suffered from how much onboard RAM they had. And so you get these little wimpy 1000 series cards with only 3 gigs of RAM, and they really did not perform the same as something with, the 6 or 8 gigs of RAM. And that made a huge difference. And that really wasn't very apparent until after you bought the card and you thought you got a deal. And anyway, I haven't really had that experience since. Well,
all right, which one is it?
Doc, I more than doubled our turbo motor output.
Oh, what did you find?
That for some reason the merger that merged half of the turbo motors, or sorry, half the radio control units, wasn't functioning. It just wasn't merging them in. And radio control units is exactly what the turbo motor has been struggling on for so long.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, Curly D asked the question. How much RAM do you have in your rig, Doc?
I think it's 128, is it?
Yeah.
128 gig.
Now, the trade-off was that you had to promise Mama Doc that this was your last computer ever, right?
I don't remember ever promising that.
I'm sure she does.
Well, we'll fight that battle when it comes.
See, the problem... Okay, so this is a problem that Doc and I have had ever since I started building my own computers, which is when I build my own computer, I build a computer that's a slight bit better than Doc's.
Which infuriates me.
And then then Doc decides, well, he has to upgrade his computer, and so he blows my computer out of the water. And then rinse and repeat a couple of years later, and I build a computer that's just barely better than his. Or I do a side grade, like I got a super nice, large, it's only a 27-inch, curved monitor. And the curved monitor makes such a difference. It feels so much nicer. It feels like you're getting like 2 to 4 extra inches on it. And Doc's like, And so he goes and buys himself a 32-inch curved monitor. It's like, you jerk.
Yep. Anything else you'd like to complain about, son?
Curly D says, as a fellow father, I understand. You can't let the kids win.
Absolutely.
Who will get the 34-inch curved? Yeah. So I have a problem because I bought the first 27-inch curved I bought was a 1080p, and I ended up getting 3 of them because I'm video editing at this point, and video editing with multiple monitors is so much nicer, and like streaming and stuff. And then one of them breaks, and so when we replaced it, the 1440p monitor version was out. And so a problem where one's 1440p and the other two are 1080s. So I can't just buy the 34-inch because then I'll have a 34-inch and a 1440p 27 and a 1080p 27, and they gotta match. So Caffeinated says, curved monitors make me sick.
Really?
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, never heard that much.
I'm sorry to hear that. There is an adaptation period. There's a period where when I play it for the first time, like moving in a video game, it feels like it's scrolling around me and feels weird. But within I don't know, an hour or so, I'm totally used to this, and it feels weird. It feels like I have to lean into a normal screen and like reach super far to grab anything because it's so far away from me. This just feels natural now. And JJ has a 45-incher. Oh, man. Very nice. Although I think, Doc, Pika Warps has her loophole for you.
The loophole?
Yep. As long as you don't upgrade the motherboard, it's still the same PC.
Okay, well, I have a 13th generation CPU on it, so yes, I could keep upgrading the peripherals. Definitely. Got my VR legs right away, and can throw that thing 5,000 hours. What?
Read from the beginning.
Okay, I tried to like them. It always makes me feel ill, and I got to know it's not just a I need time thing, because I got my VR legs right away and can throw that thing on 5,000 hours. Okay, so he could use it 5,000 hours and still didn't help.
Yeah.
Is that what that says?
Yeah, I think he's saying that his VR didn't ever make him feel sick, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that would be weird if the VR didn't.
No.
Yeah, that is weird. I would really wonder why that would be the case.
Volcrum says when you get it curved, you change your field of view. Your field of view for flat screen is 83, and curved is like 64. Interesting. Oh, and Volcrum says as long as you have the same case, it's the same PC.
Oh, okay.
There we go. That's even better.
That's even better. Yep. We've got enough peripherals to put together another machine that we want to. The machine that the motherboard died. We want to replace that motherboard and just get a new motherboard for it and put the old peripherals on it just fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my only challenge is getting back up here. See that?
Yeah. I just went through the hypertube cannon on the roof.
Yeah?
And popped out in the hub.
And popped out in the hub?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-oh.
How did you do that? Because you died?
Nope. My game just caught up with me, and I'm in the middle of the air.
Okay.
About to sail into the ocean.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
All right. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to keep doing this. I've got to throw a power line up there. Really need to throw a power line up there. Oops, there's my stairs.
Yeah, Jaro says you just make a PC of Theseus. Just change one or two components, your PC will keep it the same.
Yep.
If we actually name your PC Theseus, it counts double.
And it counts double if you do that. Well, hey, that even makes it better.
I actually did that several times, keeping the same install of Windows and just changing out hardware. Problem is, there's just so much bloat inside of Windows that after a while, just ugh. I want that brand new PC, you know.
Yeah, Robert's reluctant to flatten reload is the issue. That's just kind of a common practice, especially
Yeah.
at Boeing. It was when PCs just got
Yeah.
too old and sluggish.
And the biggest deal is that Boeing can be confident that all their files are being stored in a data warehouse somewhere properly and not going to lose anything. No matter what, every time I wipe my PC, I've lost things. Every time.
Yeah, that is a real concern.
And I've gone through and I'll just put on TV and I'll go for hours cleaning up old files and reorganizing stuff and old projects and stuff. And I've never gotten to the end of it.
All right, I'm going to see if I can toss a platform tower up here somewhere. Does not look like I've got enough lift to do that yet.
Doc, we've just hit a new first.
A new first? Yes?
Curly D says, I see you have a channel on Rumble. Do you plan on multi-streaming there too?
Yes. Once we get Rumble caught up to the current streaming and videos, yes. Right now we're posting 2 videos per week up there, and we're producing less videos per week, especially when we're live streaming. So we're trying to get those caught up. Once we get all those caught up, we're going to then be live streaming there as well. So we also need to update Restream too to allow that.
We need to unfortunately pay for Restream. So,
yep.
And we'll probably, at least I'd like to. We have to choose between either Facebook Gaming, which is oh so boomer, or go for streaming on X as well, because I think we can do that. And that'll be interesting.
Yep. It will all be interesting. So, yeah, expansion is kind of an interesting thing. How well you can expand and how fast you can expand.
Yeah, caffeinated. We're not putting any real eggs over there on Rumble, but it doesn't cost us hardly anything to upload everything over there, so it's just meh.
And at this point, Rumble's not paying me a penny even for any of the uploads. I mean, literally, I've stayed at this 7 cents earned for 2 years. 2 years ago, I posted something about economics there, and I earned a total of 3 cents on one, 4 cents on the other, and haven't earned a penny on anything since.
Yeah.
It's just been weird. So, getting only factories. Hey Doc, when you getting only factories? What?
He's making a joke that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have to explain it, I guess.
No.
It's... Okay.
And Caffeinated says, "Hey, that's true? Does that mean you can start a TikTok before they shut it down at least, or before Elon buys it?" That was like the rumor over the weekend. Ooh. No, I don't think it's going to shut down. But yes, that's actually in the works, in the plans as well. Basically, YouTube is our hub. It's our main, but we're going to be blasting everything everywhere, more or less. Unless, Twitch decides to pay Doc $1 million a year contract to stream exclusively to Twitch.
Oh, that would be nice, but you're right. I don't think that's going to happen, at least not soon.
Yeah.
I'm not a political commentator, so I'm probably not going to get that kind of contract.
Yeah. And there was a time when you could get big contracts like that on Twitch. But you had to be pretty darn big for it. Okay, I finally have enough. Unless, Doc, you've already used all my turbo motors.
Okay.
Unless you have, and you have it, right?
Let me see. Turbo motors, I got 3.
Okay. Well, there's some in the depot that I'm going to try to use for copper.
Okay. How many turbo motors do you need for each miner?
I think it's 3.
Oh, boy. So I can only make one more miner at this point.
Yep.
I'm just trying to figure out where to put the next power tower.
Okay, if I could take over the stream, I would again, because I want to see people. I want to have on record me going through one hypertube and coming out another.
Going, what?
It's a glitch that's happened. It happened back in update 8 and now here. Whenever the save file gets too big, I just have to stop using hypertubes because I go in one tube and pop out the other. Yeah.
Come on, give me an even place to put this power tower. I've got to get up here. I might have to go from up there to place it. Okay, coffee cup in hand. Let's take off. Okay.
And Ilpo, I think it says, wait a sec, I've seen you on YouTube.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have. In fact, you're one of the first people to find us on Twitch. Good to see you there.
Yep, good to see you there. Yep. Yep.
We actually just started streaming on Twitch about a week ago. We've been streaming on YouTube for quite some time.
And tomorrow will be the last that we need to, I believe it's going to be the last we need to, what am I trying to say? To stream before we can legitimately say we are a associate or
Affiliate.
Affiliate. Yeah, I knew it was one of those words.
Yeah. Some silly corporate speak something or other.
Exactly. You know, I don't speak corporate anymore.
And if you guys are one of the ones who are watching us on YouTube, but you prefer to watch on Twitch, because we've actually had quite the active chat on Twitch today. A lot of people finding us over there and talking. If you'd like to join us over on Twitch, you can. But for you guys, hey, watch on whatever platform you like the most that is most fun for you.
And frankly, it looks like, you know, anybody that wants to give me some advice how to climb this hill with these power towers is welcome. Welcome to tell me.
Are you still struggling with that?
Well, yeah, look how far I've come so far, though. Oops, almost went off. See? Power tower there, power tower there, there, and here.
Okay.
So I'm just about ready to jump that last one, I think.
And Blaze says on Twitch, yeah, I didn't realize this was a new thing. I saw you on YouTube as well. Okay.
Cool. That's good.
And Jamie says, I just realized I was on Twitch, not on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, too.
We need 800 copper a minute. Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
This one's only going to give me 600. Doc, why are you building such a big factory?
Why am I building such a big factory? Such a big factory for...
Such a big power plant.
Because it just seems to be the right increment. You know, 25 just seemed to be the combination that worked. Right?
Yeah. Ilpo, we actually play in passive mode. Ilpo's like, dude, that enemy's blind. They're literally blind.
They're not seeing you. You're right, they're not seeing me.
Oh, that's right, Jordan. Doc,
What?
use your parachute to get up the cliffs.
The run and jump routine?
Yeah, you gotta run and jump and just kind of push yourself against the cliff. Run, jump, deploy parachute.
I don't know if I've got that much coordination. We'll see. I'll try anything, you know. I need to get my parachute. Let's replace it. I can't put it there. I have to put it on my back. Okay. So I can't save myself if I... Okay, and the keys to deploy the parachute are just the up arrow? I mean the space bar, like normal flying? Nobody's answering me.
Sorry, I was reading chat. Oh, look at that.
How do you get altitude?
You have to push yourself against the cliff. Like run into the cliff and remember that weird trick we were doing with Cookie Chan?
Yeah, but it's not. Okay, I found a ledge.
Okay.
Underneath underneath the waterfall. Now what help? Now what do I do? Okay, switching back to jetpack. At least I know how to use a jetpack, folks.
Let's see if that's big enough.
Okay, you're back at the power plant now?
I'm near the power plant now.
Okay, good. Then I can use you as a target still.
Sure.
Just to know the direction I need to travel.
Okay. Should work. Yeah.
Should work.
So, Shirt Brother, we really appreciate...
some confidence. Go ahead. What?
Shirt Brother says, how come I can't give Doc my Prime sub? Well, unfortunately, we aren't an affiliate yet. That's actually part of the reason why we're streaming all this week.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys hang out with us, we will hit the right numbers we need that by the end of the week, we will qualify for affiliate.
Yep. In fact, I think tomorrow's stream gets us the numbers, and then we can apply for it, and however long, and then we can get subs instead of just followers. That'd be great.
Yeah. So we're
looking forward to that.
Okay. Icy Knight is here. Says hi, Doc.
Hi.
And Jaxa says, didn't expect you to still be on. Free from work for a little, so I thought I'd say hello.
All right. Well, I am still on. I lose total track of time when I'm streaming, and that drives my wife nuts. But I lose track of timing because I have so much fun doing it.
Yeah, Doc and I have a very different experience with streaming. I enjoy doing this, but for me, it's a little bit stressful for me. For Doc, how long did we stream on the release day?
Didn't we stream about 11 hours on release day?
Yeah. And you were almost pretty much okay to keep going, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it was.
This man is going to be 70 years old in a few years. Just FYI, everybody. Just to let you know. Blaine M says, speed running affiliation, here to help. Cool.
Right. All righty, right.
Thank you very much, everybody who's watching. Honestly, this place is a whole lot more fun when we have active conversation.
Exactly. So we need to find a political rant or something to get started, so we can have some really fun stuff to talk about. No, I'm just joking. We definitely don't need to talk about politics. This can be a politics-free zone if you want it to be. Then again, we ventured in that direction a couple times.
Yeah.
Had fun with it.
Just some minor comments here and there. Nothing too big. You know, it's not like we're calling for revolution or anything. You know, just
Yeah, no calls for revolution yet.
Yet. Let's see. So I have to smelt all this before I send it up. How many constructors do I need? Constructors don't smelt anything. Volocrum says, so Robert is just admitting weakness. Well, sure.
Robert is admitting weakness? I don't think Robert ever has admitted weakness.
Is that a comment about my ego?
Of which he has a rather healthy one.
So Rick has come to chat and says, what you building, Doc?
I'm building a conveyor to hell. Building a conveyor to get to the nuclear power plant for iron that I forgot to smelt over there. You wanted the ingots, didn't you?
I did.
Uh-oh. I blew it. Okay. That's okay. I can convert it down here and put the ingots on the belt instead of the ore, so that's fine.
Yeah, I see that we are still working on nuclear.
Yep. Nuclear is complex, folks. That's amazing to me how complex nuclear is.
You know, and we're building everything for nuclear from the ground up here. We're not not taking any supplies from the rest of the factory.
Literally ground up. Look at this. Down here, clear up to there, and across. All right, what's it going to take here? Production. We need a smelter for each one of these now. How much can I smelt out of what I'm getting?
And Eduardo says, hi, Doc. Cheers from Mexico.
Hey, good old Mexico. Our friends to the south.
Chris Bell says, no foundations? Doc?
I'm going to put a foundation down before I build anything important.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
You guys are
for
keeping me honest.
Yep. Keep on top of him.
Where did his remains go, folks? I think we had a hog fall without remains, folks. Ah, there it is. Now, do the hogs heal up if you don't keep on whacking them?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Nope, they don't.
Oh, okay. Question answered.
Yep. Chased him down, only took a couple whacks more to get him down. Okay, foundation. do we hear? Foundation.
Great
2.
series of books.
Foundation and Trilogy.
Yeah, the full Foundation trilogy. I read
Isaac
those.
Asimov, right?
Yeah, didn't you end up reading Foundation trilogy?
I
years ago?
haven't yet, although I have acquired the whole series.
I haven't read them since I was a teenager. A long time. Foundation and Empire. There's also like Foundation's Edge. I don't remember if that's part of the original trilogy because I know there are other ones that are added to it. Maybe that was the third one. I can't remember. So Eric, this will make 60 gigawatts of power because we're making 25 of them, and then with our augmenters, that will make an additional 40 on top of that.
All right, eh?
Yeah.
We have a bit of a platform here. And this conveyor that's going up and over will end up being the conveyor that feeds the smelters. And yes, for anybody who's watching me, I did not take time to center mouse click and copy what I was building. I just went to the menu. My bad, because I'm still getting used to doing the shortcuts. So anyway, smelter time.
Okay, Jack says, see you later, dude.
Alrighty. Hey, thanks for joining for a short time. Or long time. I don't know how long you were here.
I think Jaxus was only here for a few.
Okay.
Sneaking some time while at work.
Any amount of time works.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Alright, so let's see. Each one of these will do how much? If we do iron ingots, it wants 30 per minute. And we're producing, did I say 780 per minute?
Yes, sir.
It was 240, 720 per minute, 240 each. Okay. 720 per minute. And these are only going to take 30 per minute. That means I need 24 of these hot. Eesh. Ugly. I don't want to make 24 of these. Let's see. What happens if I do this?
If you just don't.
If we just do 75 per minute instead, then I go divide by 75. Oh, come on. 720 divided by 75. 9.6. So then I only need 10 of these babies.
Babies?
Oh, yeah. These. Yep. 10 of these. And copy settings and paste settings. Cool. Settings pasted. Good. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them at the moment. And we obviously need 5 more. That's fine. We can do 5 more.
Eric says, I don't know how to top my fuel power plant that makes 580 gigawatts. That my nuclear power will have to make 1 to 2 terawatts. Yeah, that would outdo it.
Combine my nukes and fuel generated 1 terawatt at peak. That was my goal before taking a break from Satisfactory. Oh.
One of these days, just for the YouTube clickbait, we need to make a video where we build a terawatt coal plant.
Ah, You got to be kidding me. It was hard enough making a 55. Can you imagine taking 55 and making it to 20 times bigger?
Yeah, that's totally doable, right?
We would need
A lot of water.
a lot of water and a lot of platforms out in the water.
Yeah, that's totally doable.
Yeah, right.
Match the thumbnail.
Copy settings. And 1, 2, 3.
Chris asks, is there enough
4.
coal to do that? That's a great question.
5.
Oh, with matter conversion, can you do matter conversion to create coal?
Why would you want to do matter conversion to create coal?
To make up that 1 terawatt.
Oh, to make a 1 terawatt. Yeah, probably. I mean, that would be a challenge in itself. Is have enough, just to have enough resources.
And you'd use half of that terawatt just running all the plants to make it. So, Doc, R3D asks, how long have you been playing video games?
Well, as a serious player of video games, I would say only, realistically, only 6 months, a year now. Yeah, that's right, because we started doing the channel February of last year, so almost a year. And this year I'm even more dedicating more time to it. So, yeah, definitely not as long as.
Yeah, you used to play some games back in the day, but it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, because didn't play a lot. Didn't play a lot just because work and family and all the other things got in the way. So.
Yeah, there was kind of like a short period between when he started his doctorate and a period when you were getting like 20 hours of overtime every week or every paycheck from Boeing. That you had some time. You played some WoW with us. Mm-hmm. But even
well, yeah, I played much. WoW, and then I played what was the
Guild
one
Wars
after?
2.
Guild Wars, yes. Yeah, so it was kind of a. What? Oh, did I do that? Really?
Did somebody else have that idea already, Volocrum? Gosh darn it. Sulfur turns into coal. There we go, Eric. It works.
Sulfur turns into coal? Sulfur is a rare resource, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you're trying to get that high, you've already used all the coal. Turning some sulfur into coal would
work.
Would work. And Eric asked, did you work for Boeing?
I did. Worked for Boeing for 25 years. I retired shortly after my 25th anniversary. I've taught with Lindenwood now for 14 years, a university. Started teaching with them before I got my PhD. And then just changed divisions at the time and went from teaching more soft skills like 42-300. Is that okay? 42-390. Okay, you're talking about max coal that he needs. Okay. I thought he was sharing the idea of the game of the master's courses I used to teach. And anyway, no, similar numbers.
And actually, Boeing is the reason why, after spending nearly 20 years living in the Pacific Northwest, or a little bit longer than I think, the whole family moved out to Missouri. Mm-hmm. And that was Boeing.
Not the reason.
Well,
it
sure.
became the facilitator to actually move. Because basically, it was a situation of I couldn't afford to move. I wanted to move out of the Seattle area into the Pacific Northwest, out of the Pacific Northwest. and Boeing had a facility in St. Louis. So I found a job that I could, apply for in St. Louis, and lo and behold, I got hired. So actually, kind of what precipitated that is when I was first hired with Boeing, I worked on the merger plans for McDonnell Douglas and Boeing. Worked in HR at the time. I was kind of loaned to HR as an IT person, built their websites, built their communication systems, and helped them to get things rolling. So that's kind of how I got initiated with Boeing, and got involved about 1998 when they were merging, and then moved forward from there. So pretty cool. Lots of stories I can tell about work I did with Boeing.
Far, Far Away asked, what age do you get your PhD? I'm wondering if it's worth to have it.
It's been worthwhile to me because I don't know of any part-time job that pays over $1,000 a month. So basically, I was able to teach when I was first hired at Lindenwood after getting my PhD. I was hired to teach 3 classes per semester. I was teaching consistently every semester, and by doing so, I was able to get paid $3,000 per month part-time on top of my Boeing income. So, and my Boeing income exceeded that. So I had a nice income that allowed me to do a lot of, really great things. So has it been profitable for me to get my PhD? Absolutely.
And you didn't get your PhD until later in life.
2014. Yeah, 2014, which means I was 57.
Yeah.
Yeah, 57 when I got my PhD.
And, at that point you were already working. You basically you were kind of at the top of, I can't say exactly top of your field, but you were in a field where having an education was eminently helpful.
Well, yeah.
As well as having a university degree, or working at a university where you immediately have new opportunities for it.
Understand, I was working in groups that everybody had their master's degree. So how do you set yourself apart if all you have is a master's degree, but everybody else has their master's degree too? So
you embark on a 7-year-long program.
Yeah. So yeah, So I was 40 when I got my master's degree, and then 7 more years later I get my PhD. 50 when I got my master's, and 7 more years later I get my PhD. So, have I only had my PhD 8 years now? Yeah, I guess I have. So, but you got to set yourself apart. Mostly so that they can't fire you. They can't let you go when layoffs happen. And basically, Boeing is just a company that lays off and hires and hires. It's just no consistency. And so, you protect yourself by doing the things that Boeing values in their numbering system, their scoring system. So, a high-level degree is a big thing in their scoring system. So was able to keep going that way, and at the same time had a pretty handsome part-time income on top of it. So we had a really, really nice house that we quickly shrunk out of as kids grew up and left the nest. When we became empty nesters, it became really apparent that we needed a smaller house.
Yeah, Galtogram says no loyalty to their employees; they just care about the profit margin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sad.
Well, it is sad. It's definitely not a situation that our parents lived through. Our parents just, were able to stick through and keep working through issues along the way. I mean, people, have things happen in their life. And the sad part about it is that, when life happens, employers don't really care nowadays. Like you're in the middle of a divorce and it's emotional, or a child gets cancer, or a spouse gets cancer and passes away, or those kind of things happen in life, and they take their toll on the emotions of the employee. And when it gets to the point where the company doesn't care, they just want you to perform, and that's it. And all they look at is performance. That's just no good. And there's my degree in management kicking in. The fact that I didn't want to go into that kind of management, where you're just a widget to be deployed from one place to the next.
And Eric says because she, or his mother, was from Sweden, she was forced to wear an alien shirt so the Americans knew she was different.
Really?
Interesting.
A different shirt?
Yeah, working at Boeing.
Usually you just had a different badge.
Oh yeah, because the military contracts and stuff, right? Didn't that end up influencing all that? Yeah. Yeah, things get weird as soon as you have a company that works with military contracts.
Yeah, and then you had clearances involved and all kinds of nonsense.
And Far Far Away says, as at Deloitte, everybody just comes and goes.
Yeah. Wow. And Deloitte is pretty high-powered, too. Okay, that one didn't work.
Okay, Jaro's heading out.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
Hey, thanks for coming and visiting with us for a while. Appreciate that. Do appreciate that.
Pika says, I have a coworker who's 73, and he's the 10th longest serving still employed employee at the entire company, with a company that has a 90-year history. And sadly, he thinks the company's the same as when he was Pika's age.